Cinema Classics post-recording recording of the year's best films, Part 1.
And our view.
In our view.
You're right.
Well, yeah, who else's view?
Well, it could have been Golden Globes by now.
We would have said a recap of the Golden Globes.
we're
best.
speaking definitively as if they are the best. They're our favorites. Anyway, yes.
Okay.
Indeed. All right.
Now, this is to say that we haven't seen all the films.
No,
that
we
have
haven't.
So this is Part 1. Because we live in Columbus, a city wherein people will leave 13 car lengths between cars, wherein there is no actual legitimate body of water, wherein we could stand to have 100 new, decent restaurants.
Oh my gosh.
We don't always get the movies.
No,
we don't get all the
we
films,
don't always,
you know?
We don't always.
You know that phrase, released in New York and L.A.
Yeah.
And then from there on it trickles, you know, into Columbus eventually.
So we're going to talk about ones that we know about or have seen.
Yes, right.
And talking about a body of water, one of my favorites now is The Shape of Water.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro's Gilman romance.
And the takeoff on the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And it's lyrical, beautiful, a great romance.
She does it with the fish guy, right?
She does. Yeah.
How do they show that?
They show them together, and then they show Octavia Spencer doing her usual eyebrow-raised comment about whether he has the equipment or not. And Sally Hawkins.
Well, having seen some videos of porpoises in the wild, I'm pretty sure he's got the equipment.
All right.
Okay, so that one was good.
That
You're
was
like
good. All right. One you haven't seen that I'm counting on The Post with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep about the Washington
Spielberg,
Post.
yeah. Spielberg in minimal mode, right?
Yes, exactly.
This is his modus
Right.
operandi these days, right? Well, not these days. Ever since Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, really.
Yeah, well, it reminds
He's like,
it
you know?
reminds me more of Bridge of Spies.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
in a smaller, operating in a smaller
Old-fashioned, yeah. But
Okay.
a really great acting. One I have to pick in here, and then you can give yours.
No, by all means.
The
keep
Disaster Artist.
going. Uh-huh.
James Franco's take on the making of the worst movie ever made,
Yeah.
The Room.
The Room. Right.
So see The Room, then see Disaster Artist, and I think you will have an incredible experience.
I have been brushing up on The Room to prepare myself for The Disaster Artist, and I am eager to see it.
Excellent. All right.
One of my favorites, Greta Gerwig's Lady Bird.
Oh, that's a great choice.
And speaking of the Golden Globes, she was snubbed for Best Director.
For this. I know, but perhaps they had...
How can we make that kind of mistake in
Because
this
they
cultural
have-
moment?
Because they were picking off of your mindset that you don't want to give it too early because it spoils them.
Yeah, but she's been around for 20 years.
I don't know.
It's silly.
She's still in her 20s, I think.
No.
Oh,
Greta
yeah.
Gerwig is not in her 20s.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's impossible.
Okay.
I'm
all right.
Googling it right now.
All right. Can I give you one?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri was at one point my favorite of the year.
Yes, I forgot about that. I love that movie.
I did too.
Yeah,
and
what a great movie. Strong central performance by Frances McDormand. Another great Oscar-worthy performance by Sam Rockwell. Probably the best work he's ever done.
Yep.
He plays a racist idiot cop who
Woody-
somehow manages to secure our affection.
He does because his art changes as he moves along. It's a really...
Yeah, is it believable, or is it? Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. Whether it's a matter of his technique or the characterization or both.
Right.
It's a pretty astonishing cinematic feat.
There are some who think he won't be nominated because he's a racist.
Right. The character.
Yeah.
Not
the character. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Another one I think that's terrific, just as you're looking this up.
Yeah.
The Florida Project.
Okay.
Guess who we'll be seeing again?
Willem Dafoe.
You bet.
Yeah. The favorite to win Best Actor?
Supporting
actor.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And this is set in Florida, the cheesy motel pastel world across from Disney World.
And it's 2 kids out on their own.
Yeah, it's great.
Kind of
great story.
Yeah.
It has some tragic kind of elements about it. But
really cool. I want to talk about this movie a little bit. We closed out the radio show with it, but didn't really get into it. Get Out.
Oh, Yeah.
Is that on your list?
It's on my list.
Really?
Right there in big letters, right at the end. Not that it's at the end of my list, but there it is.
Yeah. Really interesting movie. I see why it's making everybody's list. I don't know if it's as great as everyone says. I wanted it to be a little darker. And I
Okay.
thought it could have been a little more violent.
All right, he's a black guy with his white girlfriend going to her family's. It's very much like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner,
Yeah.
but more contemporary.
Well, also going into what appears to be a liberal enclave.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But
yes.
what turns out not to be
Which
that.
is a part of the horror film cast.
Yeah, no, I
it's
get
not
it.
a horror film, but
It is, yeah, and I think maybe that's what I was expecting was a horror film,
Yeah.
because that's what I had heard.
Yeah.
But it turns out that it's really a satire,
Yeah.
with a horrific central conceit.
All right. Did you find out?
Well, yeah, let's see, I'm gonna look here.
If you go to her bio.
I'm trying. Let's see, here we go. Oh, she's 34,
Oh,
so
I'm wrong.
not in her 20s. I knew she couldn't possibly
I-
still be in her
I'm
20s.
I'm stuck in the past.
Okay,
All
let's bang out a few more here.
Yeah. You mentioned one in the radio show. I thought it was a great.
Logan,
Yes, Logan. I liked a lot.
the
This is the guy with the.
elegiac. How do you say that word? Elegiac? Elegiac.
Elegiac.
Elegiac. That's not an easy word.
No, it isn't.
Elegiac. Look at the comic book character Wolverine.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you. And,
Hugh Jackman's swan song
Yeah.
is that character. It's sort of like the Unforgiven version of
great.
of,
yes.
of the comic book
You're right.
movie
you're right.
genre.
Anyway, he's connecting with his daughter.
Yeah.
He's becoming a human being, a true human being,
Yeah.
and suffering just like every other human being.
Yeah. So I like that one.
Oh,
Again, it's not, an astonishing movie. It's just a really well-made movie. One of the movies that I liked this year that I'm sure not a lot of people liked was A Ghost Story.
well, I did too.
Would it be on your list, though? Is it on your list?
No,
either?
it isn't on my list. No, it isn't on my list because I wasn't thinking that it would get much play, and largely.
So you're just trying to appeal to what other people
I do that.
and I'm trying to just stay true to my own
your own.
vision.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mixed those two up. But one of the problems with that film is that you couldn't tell if Casey Affleck was in it or not.
Yeah. Well, I know this much. He's in the first couple of minutes.
He is.
And then someone, possibly Casey Affleck, is running around. That's an interesting thing, though, that happens. Us projecting whether or not that guy's under the sheet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
A really fine exercise, I think, in sustained tone and one particularly anguishing kind of tone.
Okay.
This longing. And I love that it's so slow and so deliberate.
Yeah.
And your brain starts doing things that it wouldn't normally otherwise
Okay.
do
Yeah.
when you're watching a typically
Yeah.
narrative film.
And don't forget Dunkirk.
Oh, well,
I
I
kinda like
did
Dunkirk.
forget Dunkirk.
It's not my favorite. However, some people like Hope's favorite. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm
some people I
I
respect
don't
really
see
love it.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a really, it's an interesting failure in my.
Okay. It's
in
well,
my
the
book.
operation was a failure, but it's an interesting.
Maybe that's what
War
Christopher
movie.
Nolan was doing, was deliberately making his movie a failure
Yes.
to reflect the historical reality,
But-
which was it a failure or was it a success?
No. They
Is
had
it
to
a
retreat.
Yeah, I know,
The retreat was a success.
but the rescue operation was a.
The rescue operation was a success, but as Winston Churchill said, you don't win wars with retreats.
True.
So
See how smart Christopher Nolan is?
I know. Look at if he weren't, we'll make him so.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Baby Driver.
Oh, I love Baby Driver. That won't get any play, and that was so much
Do you
fun
think-
as a heist film.
It was so well reviewed. Do you think now it's suffering a little Kevin Spacey backlash?
No, but I'll tell you what it is.
Oh,
It
definitively no.
Right. It angers me. It came out too early in the year,
Oh,
and
Had
I
it come
hate that.
really?
Yeah, I think so.
But it's such a great summer movie.
I know, and I can't help but think that because it's a terrific film. I don't think Kevin Spacey's dominates the film enough for people to come back to it and say, "Oh, that's a Spacey."
Well, I don't know. I mean, this new Ridley Scott movie, All the Money in the World, he was supposedly not in that much,
He's gone.
and he erased
He's
him.
gone.
So I asked you this question before when we were recording the radio show. I don't like your answer, so I'm going to give you another chance. If you could digitally erase Kevin Spacey out of Baby Driver and replace him with another actor, who would it be? And you cannot now say Jack Nicholson. You have to.
No, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, just put Christopher Plummer in.
Right.
Yeah, good one. Good one. Why waste time looking for another guy?
He's already tried out.
Yeah.
He made it.
Why don't we just have Christopher Plummer go back and replace Kevin Spacey in everything?
You think we've
Can you
reached
see
the
Christopher
end of the
Plummer in American Beauty?
Oh, no.
Wait, I'm not done.
All right, all right.
Let's just a couple more.
All right. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman? No.
All right.
Coco.
Oh, I think that's a terrific,
Yeah.
very sophisticated animation. Yep.
Yeah, very good.
About death.
And one of my favorite movies that I saw, I watched on streaming, on Netflix or something, that came out this year, 2017. Vince Vaughn in a brawl in Cell Block 99.
I am so sorry I missed that. What,
I
say
gotta
it again,
tell you,
I ran over you.
A brawl in Cell Block 99. It is a bizarre,
I love Vaughn.
tonally deft, not tone deaf, tonally deft movie. It is a D-level movie, right? But his performance elevates it into something that you aren't expecting. Don Johnson has a great character turn as an evil prison warden. By the way, he's in prison, but the movie is so cheap, you don't see any other prisoners barely. I'm telling you, the movie is a delight, and he's great in it. So there's our first half.
I think it's time for us to
get out.